Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. Yep. Hello? Huh? Oh, hold on. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. Make it 7. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. And it says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. For he that sowed to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that sowed to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. A lot of people need to sit back. You need to sit back and consider that. You around here keep sowing to your flesh, and you're going to reap to your flesh, and you're going to be destroyed. But if you sow to the Spirit, you'll reap to the Spirit, which means you're going to dwell. See, this is that's why he told you don't be deceived. Because see, some people, that's where that false balance come in at. Because you think you can go both ways with it. I can do a little bit of spirit here. I can do a little obeying here. I can do a little sinning there. I can do a little this here. I can do a little this there. Oh, no, 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 not so fast, my friend. This could cost you your life. Let's go ahead around here and let's look at something in Zechariah chapter 5. I'll get to Ezekiel 18 if the Lord permit. We're going to look at somebody who got weighed in the balance. And then we'll be able to I think we can come back around here. Because, we're not going to keep y'all around here too long this evening. Zechariah 5 and 1. Trav, yeah, you were the only one that heard it. So you hold your peace. Hello? All right. How you doing, Shalom? All right. So let's sit back and look at it. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what see thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 20 cubits. The breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that steals shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that swears shall be cut off as on that side according to it. So what y'all think this could mean? What you think this could mean by he seeing a flying roll? What y'all think this flying roll could be? Well, let's look and see. Ezekiel chapter 3. Make it Ezekiel chapter 2. Probably about 22. Oh, it's not 22, about verse 9. Make it 8. I like verse 6 even better. 5 even better. Verse 5 of Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5. And whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that there has been a prophet among them. See, that's how you sit back and look at it when we deal with this word. We're going to tell you whether you want to hear it or whether you don't want to hear it. That's why he says, son of man, or he said, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob their sins. See, that's why a lot of people end up getting angry, getting upset, getting mad. That's why they like to talk about nonsense. He said, thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, though sinners be with thee. Because we know that there are briars and thorns are to be rejected and are nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. And thou dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. For they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat what I will give thee. And when I behold and looked, a hand was set unto me. And lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe. Anybody know what the word woe means? Destruction. Now we're going to look at this in two different ways, possibly three if I'm feeling good. Verse 1 of the 3rd chapter of the book of Ezekiel. Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat thou that thou find, eat this roll. Go and speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said, unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So now we get back and we can try to kind of see what this flying roll is, didn't it? It was the word. But he said it was lamentation and woe and mourning written on it. Let's go look at Matthew 26. Matthew 26 and 26. Matthew 26 and 26. Remember how he said that a man won't live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out the mouth of God? And he told you that his flesh, he was the man that come down from heaven. Because he just told this man, eat this roll. He said, and as they were eating, Yahshua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat. This is my body. So after he ate this, took this roll and ate it, and there was lamentation, mourning, and woe. Let's just come over here and drop down and look at verse 37, and let's see if he had any lamentations or any mournings. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then he saith unto them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. Now, if he just ate this roll, you could see what he had, the lamentation and mourning. He was kind of sad about what was finna happen to him. So where does the destruction come in at? Y'all know where the destruction would come in at? Because he told him when he ate this roll, this gonna go two ways. When he ate this roll, didn't he get killed? Wouldn't that be destruction? Didn't he say, destroy this house and I'll rebuild it in 3 days? So on the flip side, when you look at it, don't you know when you eat this man's flesh or you eat this roll, that you didn't the book tell you that which must not, Ecclesiastes chapter. Make sure that's what I want. Ecclesiastes chapter. See, a lot of y'all don't realize this. The reason we're going to look at this here because our sister called us earlier. She had a little sorrow. She was a little angry because people was getting a little slick with her. Talking crazy. Being crazy. But all this here comes with the word though. Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. All right there, Lizzie. Let us know you're in the building then. Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. Some way or another, I had to make all this make some sense, if the Lord see fit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increase in knowledge increase sorrow. Now he said in much wisdom there's much grief. We know the fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom. And it said in Hebrews 5 that Yahshua, when he gave forth supplications with strong crying and tears, don't that sound like grief to you? Remember when we looked at him coming to Yah with fear and trembling? Don't that sound like grief to you? He just said he was exceedingly sorrowful with much knowledge. This man knew he was finna die. He knew this. He ate the roll. He ate the roll. He knew what was going to happen to him. Oh, thank the Lord. He just sat back and he just looked at that. Now let's come back around here and let's look at Revelation 14 and 6 first before we get to the second part of it. Because you got to sit back and realize if you're going to eat this roll, that same thing going to happen to you. Because he said he saw a flying roll. So we need to see where this flying roll come in at. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, to every nation and every kindred and tongue and people. So if he had the everlasting gospel, ain't that the word? So that would be a flying roll, now wouldn't it? Saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. And worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, The same shall drink the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the Kodesh angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God in the faith of Yahshua. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead, which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. I read that last verse for a reason. Because this man said this is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is the patience of the saints right here. Now, when we cut back and look at it, he say the curse is over the whole earth. Because this man who come with this everlasting gospel, this angel just screamed out and told these people, you better fear God, because if you worship this beast in his image, you will be damned forever. You take that mark, you will be damned forever. Those of us who know the word, will we be willing to take that suffering? Because we know when we ate that roll, that there could be some mourning and some lamentation and some destruction that could come upon us. John chapter 16 verse 1. See, a lot of y'all don't be realizing that. You don't be ready for it. That's why you fold so fast. That's why you get all bent out of shape. That's why you be ready to scream and holler. That's why the man told you those that have no root of themselves, when by and by, when persecution or tribulation will come because of the word, by and by they are offended. You don't want to take that. And then and we have to also remember one thing. We can't be like some of these niggas who feel like you can fight back. That's not your place. You ain't got no business fighting back. See, that's unjust judgment right there. That's not a just weight and a just measure. We'll look at all that. These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended. So the Lord say, I'm telling you this stuff so you won't be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time come that whosoever kill you will think that he do God's service. These things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, you may remember that I have told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. So this man is letting you know. He's letting you know. These people are going to do this to you now. I'm telling you this so you won't be offended. So when that persecution or that tribulation comes for the word, and you fall off to the side, you know you damned yourself, because you had already been warned. You had already been told, but you didn't want to go for that. You didn't want to hear that. Man, can't we just sit back and see he telling them beforehand? Are we not seeing that? Now I want y'all to come around here and look at 1 Corinthians chapter 12. After that, maybe 1 Peter chapter 4. I'm sorry, chapter 11. I always say 12. 11 and 24. Hold on, Leah, put the toy down and eat your food. Make it 23. For I have received of the Lord that which also was delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahshua, the same night which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do show the Lord's death till he come. Now when his death came, that would be the destruction, and we just sat and looked at that he had lamentation and woe with him too, didn't he? Did we not just see that? Somebody talk to me. All these people on here, can't nobody tell me that? So nobody could sat back and seen when this man ate that bread that he had lamentation and woe with him. None of you men on here can see that. So now we sitting back looking at that. If you're going to come and be a partaker of the Messiah, you're going to have to take on the same thing. You might not necessarily have to die though. But there's going to be some lamentation and some mourning, because this man say, well, much wisdom is much grief. He that increased knowledge is going to increase sorrow. Don't you think the more you learn about the Messiah, you're going to have sorrow? Because people are going to begin to start to hate you. 1 Peter chapter 3. It might be 4 that I won't actually. 1 Peter 4 and 14, 13, 12. 1 Peter 4 and 12. Y'all alright? You nigga quiet. I ask a question. I know y'all should know by now. I'll ask questions just to hear myself ask them. If that's the case, I can talk to Leah. At least she gonna say something about it. Maybe not right now because she's trying to chew. She don't look like she won't eat though. Beloved, think it not a strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. Because remember, he told you, John the Baptist told you that Yahshua came to baptize with fire. With fire. Yeah, I know you is right. With fire. He told you that in Isaiah. He will purge you of your sins with the judgment of burning. See, a lot of y'all don't want to go through that fire. You don't want that furnace of affliction because you don't want that sin up off you. You want to stay just how you is. You like it. You love it. And that's why you don't want to go through it. He said, but rejoice. You heard what he told you? Hold on. But rejoice, he said, but rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of the Messiah's sufferings. So in actuality, when that grief and that sorrow increase, you're supposed to rejoice. That when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy. If you be reproached for the name of the Messiah, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God rest upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. See, y'all gotta remember that. When you obeying the word and walking in it, God is glorified. They speaking evil of him, but actuality he be glorified. But let this one thing, this is what this man say, but none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. I meant to let you know. Don't be around here hating your brother in your heart, being no murderer. Don't you be around here stealing, and don't you be around here in other people's business and stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, you don't need to concern yourself with it. I done told y'all this before, man. Out here in these streets, that's a surefire way to get you killed. That's how a lot of dudes is dead out here, getting caught up in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, you don't need to be inquiring about it. You don't need to be asking about it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. And the book just told you, stay out people's business. Look at Luke chapter 6, verse 22. We still hold to Zechariah chapter 5. Y'all alright? Y'all still alive? If there's still breath in your lungs. 6 and 22 of the book of St. Luke. No food stinkers? Let's say, I bet I eat. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall reproach, when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast your name as evil. Just leave it on the table. Because you throw it on the floor, that's your behind. And shall reproach you and cast your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. I want y'all to look at Proverbs chapter 25. Everybody's familiar with when Yahshua told you love your enemies, right? Y'all should know who showed that example. Who the first person we can read by showing that example? David be the first person you can read by showing that example. Even when you look at Job, when his friends went off on him, you didn't see Job snap and go off on them dudes. He tried to staunchly defend himself, but he didn't go off on them though. Proverbs 25 and 21. Listen what it say. If thy enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yah shall reward thee. Now this is how we supposed to carry ourselves, but I'm going to ask y'all a question. Did the Lord do this? How many of y'all think the Lord did this? How did he do it? Boy, you got an idea how the Lord did that?
We feel the multitudes. Literally.
Yeah.
With the word.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. He actually did fill him, the literal filling with the bread. But remember, he said he was the bread that came down from heaven, didn't he? And he gave them bread. He said they were thirsty. He said when your enemy thirsty, give him something to drink. He gave him something to drink too. He sent the Spirit down, didn't mean they partook of it, because they rejected it. See, we can see an example of that. Come over here and look at Acts chapter 28. He just did it through Paul. Acts 28, 23. After that, 1 Thessalonians chapter 1. And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of God, persuading them concerning Yahshua, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening. Some believed the things which were spoken of, and some believed not. And when they agreed not among themselves, they departed after that Paul had spoken one word. Well spake the Ruach HaKodesh by Isaiah the prophet unto our fathers, saying, Go unto this people, and say, Hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and not perceive. For the heart of this people is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have they closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. But be it known therefore unto you, the salvation of God is sent unto the Gentiles, and that they will hear it. Now, I'm not going to kick the brother, because I don't know the man, ain't never spoke to him. But the two brothers who on here know what I'm referring to. Because the brother just said he just went through and tried to show that the Gentiles were actually Israelites. Why would Paul sit there and tell his people, I'm going to cut you niggas off to go to the same people? That don't make any sense. When you sit back there and you sit back and look at it, that don't make, I'm going to dust my feet off to go to the same people? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Sometimes, man, I'm telling you, man, dealing with black people, some of y'all, that's why he told Ezekiel. He said, man, I ain't sending you to a people of a hard language could true believe. If I sent you unto them, they would hear you. Why you think Paul would turn around and say that? Because the Lord had already sat back and told you when he was dealing with Ezekiel. I know if I send somebody to these other people, they'll get it. But I ain't sending you to them. I'm sending you to your own people. Why do you think he had to turn around and send Paul? He say, Paul, Acts chapter 26. Make sure that's the one I want. Now, let's go on to Acts 9. This man finna tell you who he gonna send you to. Why do you think this man got to turn around and tell him this? Acts 9 and 15. Acts 9 and 15. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles, and kings, and the children of Israel. That statement from Yahshua's mouth alone lets you know these Gentiles can't be Israelites. Because then he just was redundant. All he would have had to say was the children of Israel. When he said the children of Israel, that contained both kingdoms. Is that right? What you say, Travis Jerome? Y'all let me know. What you say? What you say? So when we sit back and look at, because when we look at Ezekiel, I'm talking about it, because if I'm wrong, somebody please let me know. Because it ain't just tell him I'm going to send you to the Gentiles and the children of Israel. Why would he just say the children of Israel? There would be no need to say Gentiles if they were the same people. That makes no sense. Now you're saying the Lord don't. You don't think he know who he was sending this man to? When we could go look right in Ezekiel, where we just read where he said, I'm not sending you. Go to Ezekiel chapter 3. I didn't read the verse. We'll read it right now. He had to send. He had sat back and told, if I send you these people, you know they're going to hear. And then we go back to Acts chapter 13 and we see if the people heard the word and rejoiced and if the Israelites rejected it. I know I ain't going on the track that I thought I was going on track. Just bear with me. We're going to get there. Ezekiel 3 and 5. We'll make it 4. We're going to get there. Lord will, we're going to get there. Let it make this clear. I ain't even having it in my mind to go that route, but the Lord just did it, so it got to be done. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou cannot understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Now let's come around here and look at Acts chapter 13. We still need to go around here to 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, and we still holding Zechariah chapter 5. So he just sat back and said, if I send you to these people of a strange speech, they gonna get the word. If I send you to Israel, they gonna reject it. Is that not what he just said? Let's see what happened. Acts chapter 13, verse 24. When John had first preached before his coming the baptism of repentance to all the people of Israel, and as John fulfilled his course, he said, whom think ye that I am? I am not he. Behold, there come one after me, whose shoes of his feet I'm not worthy to loose. Men and brethren, children of the stock of Abraham, and whosoever among you fear God. Now you heard what that man just said. When he said men and brethren of the stock of Abraham, who was he referring to? Children of Israel, the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then he said, anybody who with you who fear God. That's showing a distinct distinction between two different sets of people, now isn't it? He said, to you is the word of this salvation sent. For they that dwell at Jerusalem and their rulers, because they know him not, nor yet the voices of the prophets which are read every Sabbath day, they have fulfilled them in condemning him. I came to send them to Israel, but they were imputed and hard-hearted in a rebellious house. So they won't hearken unto you because they didn't listen to me. And though they found no cause of death in him, yet desired they Pilate that he should be slain. And when they fulfilled all that was written of him, they took him down from the tree and laid him in a sepulchre. And God raised him from the dead. Now let's drop down about verse 41. Make it 40. Beware, therefore, lest that come upon you which is spoken of in the prophets. Behold, you despisers and wonder, perish. For I will work a work in your days, a work which you shall in no wise believe, though a man declared unto you. And when the Jews were gone out of the synagogue, the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath. Now when the congregation was broken up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul and Barnabas, who, speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the grace of God. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together to hear the word of God. But when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy and spake against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradiction and blasphemy. Where is that fulfilling in the law that these people were filled with envy? Where can we read that at in the law? Now why would you be moved with envy against your own people? Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 10. They were envious of it, but you got to sit back and look at it. That's a testimony of the Lord. They were jealous at the station that he had. These people were jealous that another group of people got to hear the word and were accepting it. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. I will move them to jealousy with those which are not of people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. Now let's look at Isaiah 65 and 1. He said, I'm going to move them to jealousy with them which are not a people. So what does that mean when he says they are not a people? What y'all? Yeah, that means it wasn't Israelite. He said, only you of all the families of the earth have I known. Therefore I punish you for all your iniquities. They are not a people before him. Ain't that right, listen? Isaiah 65 and 1. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. So if these people are Israelites, then God just lied, because they are called by his name on it. Come on now. That's what he just said. He said he saw to them that asked not for me. When the Gentiles ever sought back looking for y'all? Huh? He said he was found of them that sought him not. When was Gentiles ever seeking y'all? Only Israel did that. The other nations mocked us, didn't they? They didn't serve our God. We ended up falling because we wanted to serve their gods. They weren't coming trying to serve our God. We were trying to serve theirs. Now he said they were called. He said these people ain't called by his name. So if you saying these Gentiles on this half of the book are Israelites, then they would be called by Yah's name, which would make him a liar. Because them people were not called by the name of Israel. Come on back to Acts chapter 13. And he said these men went to contradicting and blaspheming because these people got the word. The 46th chapter of this verse. Of the 13th chapter of the book of Acts. Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of God should first have been spoken to you. But seeing ye put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles. For so have the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shalt be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. And when the Gentiles heard this, they were glad and glorified the word of the Lord, and as many as were ordained to eternal life believed. Now let's look at Isaiah 49, because this man said to be a light to the Gentiles. So he going to be a light to his own people? When he already told you he would come to be a light to his own people? Well, let's see if Isaiah 49, where Paul quoting, back that up. Isaiah 49 and 5. And now saith Yah that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him, though Israel be not gathered. Yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yah, and my God shall be my strength. See, y'all can use that right there. See, that kill all them niggas talking about, well, if he was the Messiah, why he ain't save us right then? Man sat back and told you, it wasn't time for me to gather y'all. Why you think when a disciple came and asked him, at this time when you restore the kingdom to Israel, say it's not time for you to know the times and seasons of the Father. Anytime you come to somebody, Yahshua couldn't be the Messiah. If he was the Messiah, why he ain't save us? Isaiah already told you. He says, glorious in the eyes of Yah that he should be the one to bring Jacob back to him. But he wasn't coming to gather you at that time. Anybody remember what that's at in the law? We looked at it before. Anybody remember what that's at in the law about it's not time for the people to be gathered? What? Yeah, in Genesis what? No, we don't want Laban. Let's go around here, Genesis 29 and 1. You had the right book, right chapter, but it wasn't Laban though, because Laban is in 29, but it ain't in Laban. We don't want Laban though. 29 and 1. You was in the right chapter now. Then Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east, which means he was in Israel. Jerusalem to be specific, and look, he behold a well in the field, and lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. Until there were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone again upon the well's mouth in its place. Look at verse 7. And he said, lo, it is yet high day, neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go feed them. It wasn't time. Who are those 3 sheep? Come back to Isaiah 49, see who remembers. Who are them 3 sheep? Who are these 3 flocks? No, these 3 flocks is Israel, Judah, and the Gentiles. That's the 3 flocks of sheep. Remember when he told you there were others of this fold, which I must bring in? He was referring to Israel when he said that, because he was only dealing with Judah. The 3rd flock is the Gentiles. The Lord clear on that. It's 3 flocks. And ain't no 3 flocks, and ain't no 3 houses of Israel. It's the house of Israel, it's the house of Judah. So who the 3rd one? I got to be Gentiles. It makes sense when we come around here and we look at what was going on in Acts 13. We could even look at Acts chapter 10 and back that up. Look at the 49th chapter of the 6th verse of the book of Isaiah. I think we will look at Acts chapter 10 to back that up. He said, it is a light thing that thou should be a servant, my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou may be my salvation unto the ends of the earth. Thus saith Yah, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Kodesh one, to whom man despised, and to whom the nation abhor, to the servant of rulers, kings shall arise, princes also shall worship, because Yah that is faithful, and the Kodesh one of Israel, he shall choose thee. So now he said he'll be a light to the Gentiles. What is light synonymous with? Acts chapter 10 and verse 34. What is light synonymous with? I would wager one of you people would know what light is synonymous with. Life. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that fear him and work righteousness is accepted with him. You know, it's Israelites that teach that Cornelius was an Israelite. If he was an Israelite, why would this man not only tell Cornelius it's unlawful for a Jew to eat with one from another nation, which means he couldn't have been a Jew? He wouldn't have said that about somebody from the northern kingdom. That makes no sense. Especially when we can look in Luke chapter 2 and see about that prophetess who was from the tribe of Asher. So that condemned what they talking about. Them people wouldn't have done that. When he told them, come on back around here to Matthew chapter 10. Hold the Acts chapter 10 and look at Matthew 10. I need to make sure that y'all know why he said that. And then we'll look at John chapter 4. I need to make sure y'all know why. Lord willing, we'll get back to Zechariah 5. But I got to make sure you know why he said that. Matthew 10 and 5. Matthew 10 and 5. Then after that, John chapter 4. Probably about verse 8. These 12 Yahshua sent forth and commanded them, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Do y'all know what the land of Samaria is? That was in the northern kingdom. Now come over here to John chapter 4. And verse 8 is good. Make it 6 though. Make it 5. Then came he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Yahshua therefore being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. That's that same well we just looked at in Genesis 29 now. There came a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahshua said unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it thou, being a Jew, ask drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Why would this woman make this statement? But I'm talking about according to the scripture, there's a reason why this woman is dwelling in the land of Israel. He told the disciples, don't go through there. Now how is this woman who's saying that we don't have no dealings with y'all, why would she make this statement? Hold on, I want y'all to look at another statement that she made in verse 12. She said, art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us this well and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle? Why would this woman identify herself with Jacob? There it is. Let's look at 2 Kings 17 chapter. There it is. 2 Kings 27 verse 2 Kings 17 and verse 24. We just read this the other day. This is why this woman identified herself with Israel. That's why he told them don't go up in there. Them people weren't Israelites. The northern kingdom never came back. That's why he would tell these men, don't you go up in there. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and Cuthath and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And they were so at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not Yah. Therefore Yah sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, These nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them. Behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land. Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, Carry thither one of the priests whom you bought from thence, and let them go and dwell there, and let them teach them the manner of the God of the land. And then one of the priests whom they carried away from Samaria and dwelt in Bethel taught them how they should fear Yah. That's why he told them don't go up in there. Because those were not Israelites up in there. He knew this. When the disciples came back, they said, Man, Lord, tell her to go somewhere. That's why he told them don't go up in there. They was going to get the word eventually, but they wasn't going to get it right then. Lizzie, stop, Lizzie. Come on back to Acts chapter 10. You know how to get out that chair, Lizzie? So, trying to get some crumbs. Lizzie trying to get every last morsel. That's one hungry baby. So now we look at verse 36. The word which God sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Yahshua HaMashiach. He is Lord of all. That word I say unto you, which was published throughout all Judea, and began from Galilee, after the baptism which John preached. Lizzie is gone. It's gone, Lizzie. It's gone. Drop down to verse 42, please. And he commanded us to preach unto the people and to testify that it is he which was ordained of God to be the judge of the quick and the dead. To him give all the prophets witness that through his name whosoever believe in him shall receive remission of sins. While Peter yet spake these words, the Ruach HaKodesh fell on all them which heard the word, and they of the circumcision which believed were astonished, as many as came with Peter, because that on the Gentiles also was poured out the gift of the Ruach HaKodesh. Why would Jews be amazed and astonished if another Israelite got the promise that was made to them? You got to remember, these people knew the scriptures. Why would they be astonished that my own people got the gift of God? When Jeremiah 31 say, I made a covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah in those days. They knew the covenant was made with them. Why would I be astonished my own brethren after the flesh got the same thing I got? Does that make sense for any of y'all? No, I wouldn't be astonished. Why would I be astonished if my mama bought me a gift and then she gave little Muffin one too? This is my little sister. Why would I be amazed at that? I'd be amazed if she bought me a gift and bought the next door neighbor one. I would be shocked. Look at Acts chapter 11 verse 1. Says, and the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of God. Wow. Now I'm going to ask y'all something. Who was Peter's son to? Let's look and see in Galatians chapter 2. I promise I ain't having nothing of this in my mind to go none of this direction. But thank the Lord. Galatians 2 and 12. We still going to get to Zechariah 5. I ain't been going that long. I still got the time. That's not cool. Lizzie. Y'all all right? I guess so. All right, talk to me. Kip, the only one talking to me. Go, I didn't even know you were there. How you doing? I heard that. Praise the Lord. The brother down under hollered at us for a little bit. I don't know if he's still there. He said he couldn't stay on too long. He say, Galatians, where am I at? 2 and 12. I'm sorry. Make it 2 and 6. But of those who seem to be somewhat whatsoever they were, it make no matter to me. God accept no bad person. For they seem to be somewhat in conference, added nothing to me. But contrary, when they saw the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, oh my, when have you ever heard an Israelite called uncircumcised other than in the heart? I got that. He said the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me. That's over with. That's over with. That let you know Paul wasn't something over. You just heard Yahshua tell him that, didn't it? He say, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Peter. When was the gospel of the circumcision committed unto Peter? When was the gospel of the circumcision committed directly unto Peter? It was committed. Yeah, when he told him, upon this rock I'm going to build my house. It's another place where he told him that when he committed the gospel of the circumcision to Peter. When was the other place? When he asked Peter, love thou me? Yeah, he told him, feed my sheep. When he asked Peter, lovest thou me? He said, yea, Lord. He said, feed my sheep. That's why Peter didn't go to no Gentiles. Let's see what happened with Peter, why Paul came and straightened him. Say, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentile. And when James, Cephas, and John, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me Barnabas, the right hands of fellowship, that we should go unto the heathen, and they unto the circumcision. Now, when you ever read an Israelite being called a heathen? And then you know that Paul went off on Peter for not sitting down eating with Gentiles. Why would Paul straighten Peter for not eating with his own people? That doesn't make any sense. Back to Acts chapter 11. Now, I mean, sometimes you can look at stuff, man, and you can see how certain things can go in certain places, because I don't know what the brother stated and how he presented his case. It really wasn't about him. I just know that I just mentioned it because we were talking about it. We didn't really talk about it that in depthly, but he just put this in my mind. Because Trav already know what I intended to go on, did to deal with. It's something that we talked about and showed last night, of which Qual asked me to show him. And last night was the only time I was going to have the time to show him. If I wouldn't have showed him last night, I wouldn't have been able to get to him until next week. And the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of God. Because we know what Psalms 147:19 say. He revealed his word unto Jacob. As forth as the other nations, they had not known him. So that can't be an Israelite there. They were given the word. And when Peter would come up to Jerusalem, they were of the circumcision contended with him, saying, thou went in to men uncircumcised and did eat with them. Why would this people sit back and go off on this man for eating with his own kind? An Israelite ain't never called another Israelite uncircumcised. We can't read that nowhere. You ain't never heard Yah call us uncircumcised except in one place. Jeremiah 9, when he says Israel is uncircumcised in the heart. He said, but Peter rehearsed the matter from the beginning and expounded it by order unto them, saying. Now let's drop down to about verse 12. Because Peter said he had sat back, he done put this in his mind. This is how I'm saying it. Everybody know they done had that when you know you finna have to something finna go down and you rehearsing it in your mind how you gonna drop it. I got to be ready, because boy, these niggas gonna come at me full force. He says, and the Spirit bade me go with them. Well, verse 11. And behold, immediately there was 3 men already coming to my house where I was, sent from Caesarea unto me. And the Spirit bade me go with them. Nothing doubting. See, I'm going to show y'all something. That's what some of y'all get messed up at. The Lord tell y'all to go do something or go somewhere and you be doubting. You see what Peter said the Spirit told him to do? Don't doubt now, just go. Because Peter had no idea what that vision meant. He trying to figure that out. The Spirit tell him to go. He said, don't you doubt nothing, Peter, just go. And that's how some of y'all be. Man tell you to go do something, y'all just be doubting. Moreover, these 6 brethren accompanied me, and we entered into the man's house. And he showed us how he had seen an angel in his house, which stood and said unto him, send men to Joppa and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter, who shall tell thee words whereby thou and all thy house shall be saved. And as I began to speak, the Ruach HaKodesh fell on them as on us at the beginning. So he said the Spirit fell on them like it did on Pentecost. Then remember thou the word of the Lord, how that he said, John indeed baptized with water, but you shall be baptized with the Ruach HaKodesh. For as much then as God gave them the light gift as he did unto us, because he said the man will be a light unto the Gentile, and in him was the light, and the light was the life of men, and the Ruach HaKodesh is eternal life. What a verse. Here we go. He said, for as much then as God gave them the light gift as he did unto us who believed on the Lord Yahshua the Messiah, what was I that I could withstand God? When they heard these things, they held their peace and glorified God, saying, then have God also to the Gentiles granted repentance unto life. How is that an Israelite when the new covenant was made with us for repentance unto life? When he said, I put my law in your heart and in your inward part, and I will be merciful to your unrighteousness, and I will forgive your sin. That covenant was made to Israel, wasn't it? So why would he sit here and make this proclamation and this statement to his own people? That makes no sense. But when we see what Isaiah says, it makes even more sense, especially when we're dealing with looking in Revelation 14 with this angel with this flying roll, and he preached it to the whole earth, didn't it? Well, he didn't preach it. He going to give it to a man to preach it. Because we know ain't no angel going to preach nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go back and look at that Revelation 14 one more time. Y'all with me? Anybody besides Kip with me? Y'all let me know yet. Y'all let me know now. Y'all talk to me, son. You trying to eat sweet potatoes, listen? Potatoes that sweet? Verse 6 one more time. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, to every nation, every kindred, and tongue, and people. That means no one is excluded. No one is excluded. So let's go back to Zechariah chapter 5. I thought I could work Ezekiel 18 in here tonight. Obviously not. Come on over here, Lizzie. Come on, walk over here. You can do it. I said, no, I can't. All right, back to Zechariah 5:1. Oh, I know y'all there. I just say that I just be like this here. Somebody talk to me. Don't make me feel like I'm sitting here by myself. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. He said unto me, what see thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, the curse that go over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that steals shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that swears shall be cut off on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So what is this curse that's going over the whole earth? He said when he sunk this flying roll, the curse going over the whole earth. He said it's there. Let's look, get down there. Let's look and see. Romans 3:13. And it says, we'll make it 9. What then? Are we better than they? No, in no wise. For we have both proved, both Jews and Gentiles, that they are all under sin. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. There is none that understand. There is none that seek after God. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that do good, no, not one. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asp is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways, and the way of peace have they not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it say to them who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and the whole world become guilty before God. Because when that flying roll went out there upon the whole earth, that Zechariah seen, didn't it? That we seen was filled with woe, lamentation, and mourning, is because the whole world's found guilty before this man because you have committed sin. The curse on the whole earth. So there had to be some type of redemption process to come bring you back up out of that. That's why I'm sitting here telling y'all, we know we got to keep the law. But y'all faith and your attitudes in your heart is not going to get you what you seek from the law. Romans 11. It might be 9. Is she eating that food? That's your Lizzie. I knew she was working her way over there to it. That's your Lizzie. Lizzie seen some food. She going to get that. I know she was getting it. And she smashing it too. Romans 9 and 29. That's your baby. She eating the salisbury, the sweet potatoes, the corn.
Hey, stay up and down, right?
But y'all ain't never seen a baby this small eat so big. She ate all her food, now she finna eat her sister food. And she the little sister.
Oh, little sister. Oh, big dicks.
I'm telling you. I wish y'all could see this nigga is going hard in this place. Lord have mercy. And Isaiah said before, except the Lord of the Sabbath had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles which follow not after righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith? But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained the law of righteousness. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith, but as it were works of the law, for they stumbled at the stumbling stone. As it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense. Whosoever believe on him shall not be ashamed. I'm going to tell y'all something about a Gentile versus one of y'all. When you sit back and you open up this book to a Gentile and the Lord and open up their heart to want to receive his word, and they see that this thing was not initially for them, and that they were on the outside looking in, and they have an opportunity to believe on this man, to say themselves, they be ready. You know what I'm talking about? If you sit down to them and you preach Yahshua to them, they be ready. You go to the average Israelite and preach, and preach Yahshua to them. See, brother, we need to be stopping eating pork and keep this Sabbath. They reject it. That's why he said the stumbling stone is Isaiah 8, where he said, I will make him a stone, a rock of offense to the both of the houses of Israel. See, Yahshua is a stumbling block for a lot of Israelites. They can't see him. They can't believe on him. They don't actually believe. You take this to a Gentile, they can see it. You've seen that in Acts chapter 13. These people flat out, the Israelites heard that this man was the Messiah. We didn't read all the verses after he said they didn't know him, and the prophets that they were preached to them every Sabbath. They heard it, rejected it. Them Gentiles heard it. They were like this here. Man, we can catch this next Sabbath. And they were right back around there. It said the whole city. And when the Jews seen that these Gentiles were hearing their word and wanted to walk in it, they were envious. What you see Israelite niggas doing now when you go to telling them that anybody can get this word who believe it and want to obey it? You see the same exact thing. You see the same exact thing. I sat down with a dude and talked to a dude in the street, in person. Lil Murphy probably don't remember because you was standing right there. And Nell was too. And that dude said, when he said, I move you to jealousy with another people, he said that was the northern kingdom. How can you be moved to jealousy with the same people that got the same promises that you have? You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. When Joseph's brothers was envious at him, it's because he had something they did not. If they both had the same thing, why would I be jealous of him? That makes no sense. If you're jealous of somebody who got the same thing you got, you have a severe problem with insecurity. Something's wrong with you. If all of us had $20 million, why would I be jealous of the next man? We all got the same thing. That don't make no sense.
Makes sense. I want 40.
It's like this here, well, hey man, they talking about you want 40, this nigga here. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody got the same house, same car, same amount of money, and you mad? This nigga, something wrong. Like that's a reflection of your character. Something's wrong with you.
Mad for people.
I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad, son. Because my stuff was more John Blaze than his. I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't nobody got no business being jealous and envious, but especially not a man. That is not a good look in a man. You know, Jay-Z said it one time on the record, you know, male shouldn't be jealous. That's a female trait.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? And to be honest though, that is a feminine trait. A man ain't got no business being jealous of another man. I remember a dude we know, he told somebody, I think he told Nell talking about something, I was jealous. They say, jealous of what? What do you have? For somebody to be jealous of you or hating on you, you actually have to have something that someone would want to desire. If you always around here talking about somebody hating on you, and you ain't got nothing nobody desire, you are drawn out. You crying for attention. You need psychological help. You might need a hug and somebody to talk to. Come tell you right now, ain't nobody hating on you, you ain't got nothing. I'm talking about you ain't necessarily got to have a lot of material. You see all these niggas screaming they hating on me. Hating on you for what? What somebody hate you for? You poor as me. It makes no sense. Nigga hating on you for what? Nigga, you dumb. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't got nothing. You're retarded. No, like I said, that's somebody who got an inflated sense of self-worth. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta feel like nigga hating on me. Nigga say, how nigga hating on you? You got a $9 an hour paying job, nigga. Nigga say, tell me somebody hating on you when you can take 6 months off from work and it don't hurt your pockets. You know what I'm saying? When you can take off from work when you can say, I can go travel all of Europe, the Riviera, I can go to San Tropez, I can shoot through to Japan, then somebody hating on you, then you can say something. If you ain't driving a car, well, niggas sit back and be like, man, that costs more than my house. But then again, you got niggas be mad at a nigga just because he slept with a woman he wanted to sleep with. Niggas just be hating on people because it's a poor reflection of their care. I'm telling you, jealousy lead to covetousness. Covetousness lead you to killing somebody. That's why Cain killed Abel. He was jealous of him. That's why they did that to Joseph. They were jealous of. That's something you got to keep in check. You got to look at that stuff, man. You be around here jealous of people, or you be saying stuff to try to knock somebody down because you mad. When you find yourself imitating people or wanting stuff that other people have or doing stuff that other people do only because they do it, that means you want to be like them. You jealous of them. Something wrong with you. I'm telling you now. I'm for real. I'm being honest with you. Ain't nothing wrong if you see somebody, you be like, you know what? I like this, but no, I ain't gonna say that. You ain't got no business copying nobody's style. You know what I'm talking about? Come up with your own stuff. You see somebody wear a type of shirt and you want to get the exact same shirt they wear, something wrong with you.
It's a real nice shirt, huh?
No, it's different when you say that's a nice shirt and I like that shirt, and versus you got it because they got it. Y'all done been around and seen people who bought stuff for no other reason because that person did it. Oh, they wasn't wearing that. See, I'm going to get it. I'm going to wear it better. Something wrong with you. I'm for real. Something wrong with you. Niggas be like, I'm going to get that cologne because that nigga don't wear it like I wear it. You don't even know how it fit with your body chemistry, but you want it because they got it. Something wrong with you. I'm going to get... Hey, I ain't even got mine in yet. I'm waiting. I went on your recommendation. You recommended that. You the second one. And my ace recommended it to me. I had to go with it. I said, that's two people. Let's see what it's working with. I seen the projection and the longevity on it ain't that long. I seen that with that Polo Blue. He don't last that long. Smell good. That's an up close smell. Somebody got to get up close on you to smell it.
So you on a hot date.
Huh?
So you on a hot date.
No, they said that ain't even no date smell. Polo Black maybe. Polo Blue, no. Yeah, they say Polo Blue is more of a work fragrance, casual fragrance. Say it ain't a date fragrance though, because they say date fragrance supposed to come out and hit you. Say, come here. Polo Black ain't that strong, man. You can put Polo Black or Polo Blue on. That stuff might wear off in like 2-3 hours. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if somebody would to smell it, they got to get all the way up on you.
That's what's big.
That's how it happened to you. But, huh? No, you wear like the daytime fragrance, the work, stuff like that. That's what they recommended. But you know, people wear stuff all they want. Come on back to Zechariah 5. Back to Zechariah 5. I'm gonna see out here because it's mango. They say that's the main note, and that polo black is mango. Zechariah 5. So let's sit back and look at it now. So what y'all think this means in Zechariah 5 when he say that everyone that steal and swear gonna be cut off, and you shall enter into the house of the thief and the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and that this curse will remain steadily in this house. Stop. Who is the thief? Who is he that's swearing falsely? Who is him that's stealing? Let's look and see. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. What did y'all tell Adam about that tree? He told him if he ate it, what was going to happen? He was going to die. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yah had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, You shall not eat of the tree of every tree of the garden? The woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. She made the mistake that a lot of y'all make. You know what's right. And a nigga come at you with a sideways comment or statement or question, and you'll sit there and entertain him like a dummy. You'll sit right there and entertain him like a dummy. That was her first mistake. When she went, well, we can eat these, you supposed to been like, I'm good, my nigga. You could dip. You could dip. She supposed to shut that down right off the rip, wasn't it? I already know what I'm supposed to do. My husband already told me what to do. I already been given instructions. I'm gone. You know what I'm talking about? She like this here. He said we can eat all the trees. Mm-hmm. Let me see what he talking about. He might tell me what I want to hear so I can do what I want. He say, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not die. John chapter 10. He came right back around and told the woman, You ain't gonna die, because he say this stuff, this curse gonna lay right into the house of the thief. That nigga came to the whole place. John 10 and 10. The thief come not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giving life for the sheep. Now we know that they weren't promised eternal life from the jump street, but he came through to try to take that. Let's look at John 8 and 44, because he said this curse going to rest squarely in the house of this thief. I still need to go look at 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 about him pouring coals of fire on your head when he gave bread to the hungry and water to the thirsty. John 8 and 44, let's see what the Lord said. Ye of your father the devil. So if the devil is your father, wouldn't that mean you was of his house? Ye of your father the devil, the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. And when he speak a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And we already know, if you are a hypocrite, you are a liar, which means that Satan is your daddy. And Psalm 101 told you no liar will dwell in his sight. He told you that in Revelation 22. Ain't no liars coming in my house. Don't think. I'm telling you now, a lot of y'all will tell a lie sure as the sun shines. Ain't got no problem just spitting a lie. Just spit. And just sit back and look at, I ain't lied. You know what crazy? You know the craziest thing I ever seen? A nigga who tell lies and say they hate a lie. Nigga, you hate yourself. Revelation 2:9. I ain't never understood that. I used to see niggas in jail all the time say, I hate niggas who lie. I'm like, nigga, you didn't lie to me 2 days ago. Like, straight up. I told y'all, anybody who know me, what's the lie I hate the most? Anybody know what type of lie I hate the most? Huh? Yeah, a volunteer lie. I hate a nigga volunteer me a lie. I ain't even, if I asked you for a lie, that don't really sting me as bad. But when you woke up and just offered me a lie that I didn't even ask for, I'd be like, this nigga here just walked up and just shot me one on general principle. How many of y'all feel like that when you realize nigga just came up and lied to me? I ain't even asked him for it. That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy nigga come volunteer you a lie. I'd be like, this nigga here. That's real, man. Yeah, man. It just told Ted like, man, nigga just come up and just lie. Like, yeah, bro. Nigga just walk up. I'm just thinking about like when we in the world. I can't think of nobody that off the top of my head since I've been dealing with the word. I know niggas done volunteered me a lot, but niggas just I just use one that everybody knows niggas like to do. A nigga just walk up to you and be like, yeah, bro, you know that chick I met the other day? Yeah, I had hit her. And then he'll tell you a whole fantastic story, how it went down, and you be like, shoot, nigga, I didn't even ask you about that. I don't even care. Then it come out later, nigga done told a bold-faced lie. So why you came up to me and felt the need to lie to me about that? You be in jail, nigga be like, yeah, bro, I got the Navigator with the see-through engine with 2 gold Rottweilers in the back. I be like, nigga, what? I didn't even ask you for that lie. I'm talking. That's a true story. Dude literally told me that in the county jail on the 4th floor. Nigga told me he had a Navigator with a see-through engine and 2 Gators and 2 gold Rottweilers in the bike. Nigga said, yeah, bro, I remember that nigga Linwood. He came out there to the park. Linwood was a real big dope boy in the city at one time. They actually found $1 million in his backyard. He say, man, and they were probably more than that. They probably just reported that they took. You know what I'm talking about? He was like, yeah, he came to the park in the helicopter. He don't even know the man he talking about sitting right there. He just sitting there laughing. You don't even know the man. He's sitting right there. Just shot alive. And it'd be funny when somebody it'd be funny when somebody shoot a lie about somebody and the person sitting right there that they lying about. That'd be the funniest one. Revelation 2:9. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to ask all y'all a question. When somebody asks you what you is, how many of y'all say you're a Hebrew Israelite? And how many of y'all say you're a Jew? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why some of y'all don't say you're a Jew, because you know you ain't one. It's a good thing you don't do it. No, you better tell them you're a Jew. You better tell him, if you want to be saved, you better tell him you're a Jew. Because Jew ain't got nothing to do with being an Israelite, ain't got nothing to do with being Hebrew. Because remember now, Paul constantly called himself a Jew, right? But he told you in Romans chapter 11, he was from the tribe of Benjamin. Now these people take Jew and try to connotate it with Judah. Now they'll be like, if you called a Benjamite a Jew, he would be offended. But Paul was from Benjamin and repeatedly called himself a Jew. Because Jew ain't got nothing to do with tribe classification. That's why Yahshua said salvation is of the Jews. That's circumcised in the heart. That's what you ought to be. That's what you should want to be. Revelation 2:9, I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So you around here saying you a Jew and you ain't living right, guess what? Satan, your daddy, you dwell in his house. Because he just told you that curse of that flying roll is going to fall on them who steal. And we just seen Satan was a thief, wasn't he? And he said it, he swear falsely because he just sat there and told that woman a bold-faced lie, which means he was a liar and the father of it. And he said that curse going to rest right in his house. Matthew 25:41. And guess what? If you his dad, if he your daddy, guess what that means? Because he that commits sin is of who? The devil. That means the devil your daddy. That means you of his household. That's just something to consider. That's something to consider right there, ain't it? Matthew 25:41. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Because he said this thing going to consume the timber and the stones. But it's going to consume the timber and the stones two ways. Give me 1 Thessalonians chapter 1. Thank the Lord. He got to be able to swing that back in there. Because remember, he said if he gave you bread to eat when you were hungry and you rejected it, and he gave you water to drink when you were thirsty and you rejected it, he said when you get him that, you heaping coals of fire on the head, meaning I'm giving you an opportunity to get the word and get saved, and you rejecting that. He said, I got something for you. They having real fun right now, ain't it? It's 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, ain't it? 2 Thessalonians 1:5. Leah and Lizzie having real fun right now, ain't it? Just a grinning. That's all you want to do is grin at me? I can't read your book right now. Which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of God, that you may be counted worthy of the kingdom of God, for which you also suffer. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahshua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire. Remember he said he heaped coals of fire on your head, taking vengeance on them that know not God. If you don't take the bread or you don't have the spirit, then you don't know God, how do you? And that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. You just seen in Revelation 14 all the people who took the image and worshiped the image, took the mark, who rejected that everlasting gospel and that flying roll, going straight to hell. And if you're going straight to be burned in fire and brimstone, that means that that curse rested on you, because he just said, depart from me, you cursed in the everlasting fire. Come on back to Zechariah 5. Consume the whole house. I'm going to get every one of your children. So you sit back and look at it. It's a lot of niggas talking about, I'm a Jew. I say, but boy, he said, you say that falsely. You are the synagogue of Satan. I'll make sure you burn. Because Satan is your daddy. You dwell in his house. They always want to take that and run that and put it on them white folks with them candy curls. We wasn't talking about no white folks with no candy curls, because them people don't profess to be Jews. And it ain't got nothing to do with them saying Jewish. They don't profess to be Jews. They don't profess to be circumcised in the heart. They don't profess that. So don't. Not around here with that freaking nasty stuff they be doing. Where we at now? Verse 4 one more time. He said, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh hosts, it shall enter into the house of the thief, into the house of him that swear falsely, and remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Then listen what he said. Then the angel that talked with me went forth, and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes, and see what is this that go forth. And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an ephah that go forth. He said, Moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. Anybody know what an ephah is? Who know what an ephah is? An ephah is a weight of measurement. It's a weight of measurement. You think about an ephah. That's what's in your mouth. Verse 7, and behold, there was a lift up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sit in the midst of the ephah. And she said, This is wickedness. And he cast it into the midst of the ephah, And he cast the weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. The mouth thereof. Then lift up mine eyes, and look, and behold, there came out two women, and the wind was in their wings, and they had wings like the wings of a stork, and they lift up the ephod between the earth and heaven. And then said I to the angel that talked with me, whither do these bear the ephod? And he said unto me, to build it a house in the land of Shinar. It shall be established and set there upon her own base. Anybody know where the land of Shinar is? That's in Babylon. That's in Babylon. So now we turn around and we look at something. He said that this woman was put in the midst of something. He said it was wickedness, and it cast a lead upon the mouth because she was being weighed. She was being weighed in the balance. So now we need to sit back and look at something in Deuteronomy, the 25th chapter, in the 12th verse. You going night, Stankers? Good night, Stankers. Stankers is out of here. She's reached her limit. Deuteronomy 25 and 13. It passed her bedtime. She got about an extra 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Actually, she got about an extra hour. And she took full advantage of it too. Thou shalt not have in thy bag diverse weights, a great and a small. Thou shalt not have in thy house diverse measures, a great and a small. But thou shalt have a perfect weight, a perfect and just weight. A perfect and just measure shalt thou have, that thy days may be lengthened in the land which Yahweh thy God give thee. For all that do such things, and all that do unrighteously, are an abomination unto Yahweh thy God. That go back to some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. Don't you know putting your penis in a woman behind, that's unrighteous? That's not right. That's not proper. That's not the natural order thing. That's not correct. Putting a penis in your mouth, putting your mouth on a vagina, smoking weed, getting drunk, telling lies. That's unrighteous. That means God hates you. Then he said, if you got an unjust measure, a false balance, this man say he hates you. He say he hate that. He utterly detests it. See, I'm going to show you why. Matthew the 15th chapter. After we look at Matthew 15, we'll look at John chapter 7. Get ready to just let y'all go y'all way. I told you on Wednesday we ain't keep it too long. Y'all know tomorrow night. Man, it's 7 o'clock. If you're ready, Pale, you let me know if you available. It's at 7 o'clock though. I know. All right. Well, be 7 o'clock. I know Trav gonna work with me. It'll be 7 o'clock. Matthew 15 and 1. And I know Golden say he want to get on. If you ain't able, I know Golden want to. He say he ready to go out there and work in front of the people. He say he ain't ready. He say he ready. Not what my brother-in-law messing with you, talking about you ain't ready. He say you ain't gonna know if you're ready till we put you out there on the stage.
Oh, we gonna know. I can look at the tail.
I know that's right.
The tail is ready.
Wow. I'm just looking at something. How much money y'all think that is? 67,690 times 20. 67,690 times 20. Yeah, that's about it. 1.3 million sound about right to me. Sound about right to me. But that sound about right to me though. That sound about right to me. I'm going to show you something. Reason why I mentioned that, the Lord, because we dealing with people having an unjust weight and an unjust measure. Those 67,690 people were people who ordered that pay-per-view of that total Colossus waste of time on the 8th of February. And that man charged these people $20 a head. for horrible, right in their pocket. I'm talking about, boy, if I was a Jew, I'd go find some Indian niggas to debate and charge nigga, we get rich. But you gotta remember though, to see this the difference though, the reason why I mentioned this here, because the people they were debating were sinners. A sinner can do anything they want. I'm gonna show you how dumb Hebrew niggas is. Because all that money they made it off you niggas. Yes, I do, Trav. Yes, I do. And I know if they made all that money, I know some of them niggas had to get a cut. Nigga not finna sit here and tell me a nigga make $1.3 million and you ain't getting no cut. Listen here now. I mentioned that for one reason. We ain't got to get all deep in that. Screw the individual, all that there. I'm just mentioning it. That's a lot of money. You think that's just and that's fair? Because you weren't doing the work of the Lord. You were doing your own thing. Shoot. Nigga say, how much did you give a nigga? 1.3 million? Nigga, if that's accurate, that every last person who was viewed on that pay-per-view, if that's accurate, let's just say a couple people signal drop, and let's drop it down 10,000. You still made $1 million. That's a lot of money, man. A lot of money to hear niggas say nothing. And they charge $30 out the door. There's about 1,000 niggas in there. What a nigga coming up? I know it, but why? What, it better be lucky we ain't do. We can do something like that, couldn't we?
Boy, smooth.
Smooth. Nigga, I make enough money to move to Barbados on the nigga.
I'm in a small country.
I'm telling you, move straight to Barbados. Nigga be like, boy, where the way at? That nigga gone. Nigga say, where he went at? That nigga might be in Turks and Caicos somewhere. You ain't lying, that's 1.3 million. But guess what, Kelsey? They know they going to hell. That ain't. But you gotta understand, the Egyptian dudes don't follow the book, so it don't even matter. They already damned. But I'm showing you, as if you in the word, you claim you a representative of Yah. If you had a just weight and a just balance, you wouldn't even agree to do that. And if you did, you wouldn't have took any money from it. Hold on. Come on back to Exodus 22. I'll show you why I say that. This how I show you how. See how the Lord do it, to sit back and show you how these people got an unjust weight and an unjust measure. Make sure that's Exodus 22 what I want. Let me make sure that's Exodus 22 that I want. Shoot, nigga, just tag me in it. Demo just tagged me in it. And the worst part is that, hold on, y'all. Yes, it is. Very wide. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. And I'm going to tell you something else. Because a lot of these dudes use that to scream that we should come together. We can't come together with any and everybody. You can't walk, two people can't walk together except they be agreed. You can't walk with a nigga don't believe what you believe. You can't walk with a nigga that ain't living what you living. Exodus 23 and 8. Nowhere. Y'all know that. 23 and 8. Y'all know that. Look what he said in Exodus 23 and 8. Thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blind the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Don't you know if it come out that you took money from these dudes that we can't, well, I had to get paid because I did this here and I did that there. No, sir, buddy, you shouldn't even took that. Because now your words don't hold no weight. Because really these men got you by your testicles. See, if you had a just weight and a just measure, you would know that. You would be able to determine that's not righteous for me to take that. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you already know he damn, but that's neither here nor there. You already know you damn, boy. But now let's come back around here and let's look at Daniel and about the 6th chapter. Let's see what Daniel did when somebody tried to give him a gift. Make sure that Daniel 6 I want. Daniel 5 it might be that I won't. No, it ain't Daniel 5. Is it Daniel 5? Yeah, it's Daniel 5. Daniel 5 and about verse 13. Make it 11. See, there is a man in thy kingdom, in whom is the spirit of the Kodesh gods, and the days of thy father, light, understanding, and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father the king, I say thy father, made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. For as much as an excellent spirit and knowledge and understanding, interpreting dreams, and showing hard sentences, and dissolving of doubts, were found in the same Daniel, who the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. It's a lot of stuff in there about the Messiah. Now maybe one day we'll revisit it. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou Daniel, which are the children of captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. Who came up wanting to see somebody who wanted to see Yahshua who felt the same way? What king wanted to see Yahshua that felt just like how this man feeling? See, King Herod felt that way. Say he wanted, he for a desirous long season. Luke 23. Luke 23 and 1. Maybe one day we can get the hang of this, man. Maybe figure out what this book actually means one day. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate, and they began to accuse him, saying, We found this fellow perverting the nation, and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is the Messiah king. And Pilate asked him, saying, Art thou king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, Thou sayest. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. And they were more fierce, saying, He stirred up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. And when Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time. And Herod saw Yahshua, he was exceeding glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had heard many things of him, and he had hoped to see some miracle done by him. And don't that sound like that this man got that same thing in his mind, hoping he worked? He said, I heard the spirit of the gods is in thee. I done heard about you. Don't you know if you done heard this man done did miracles, you would think the spirit of God was in it. I done heard about it. I've been wanting to see you for a while. You know, if you done heard of somebody and you got something, I want to see him. Come on. Back to Daniel 5. Verse 14. I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing, and make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee, that thou can make the interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now if thou can read the writing and make known to me the interpretation, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and thou shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. And Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. Daniel sat back and said, You keep that stuff to yourself. I don't want it. And you know why he would do this here? Come to Matthew chapter 10. Thank the Lord. He worked it back around. Well, I can show you this. See, this having a just weight and a just measure. See, some of y'all ain't got no just weight and just measure. So you'll try to figure out any kind of way you can get what you want. You'll put a way in there and try to make it seem right too. Matthew 10 and about verse 6. We can read 5 again. These 12 Yahshua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and in any of the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as you go preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils, freely you have received, freely give. Now the men who I showed it to earlier yesterday afternoon, hold your peace. Why do you think this man told them, heal the sick, cleanse lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils, freely you receive, freely give. Why would Yahshua say that? Because you know niggas who are against tithes say that's why you can't take that, because he said you were freely given the word, so free to give it to other people. Was he talking about the word here? Anybody on here, was he talking about the word here? Oh, y'all real quiet. What is he talking about? Am I asking myself this question? Because I would think that y'all already know that I already know the answer to the question. So is he talking about the word here? So if he's not talking about the word, why did he tell these men this? Well, let's look and see. 2 Kings, the 5th chapter. Because you just seen Daniel had an interpretation. They tried to give him something, and Daniel said, keep it. I don't want it. I'll show it to you. See, that's what the men were supposed to do when they told him, man, we'll pay you. I don't want your money. I'll come here on my own expense. Because I won't make merchandise of the people. I won't be, the word is escaping me, chargeable to the people. See, them niggas, screw them Egypt niggas, them Hebrew niggas supposed to know better. Because the same people you say you did this for were the ones who financed this. Second Kings chapter 5 and verse 1. Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master and honorable, because by him Yah had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper. And the Syrians had gone out by companies, and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said unto her mistress, would God my Lord were the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in and told his Lord, saying, thus and thus said the maid that is in the land of Israel. And the king of Syria said, go, and I will send a letter unto the king of Israel. And he departed, and took with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment. And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, now when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I have therewith sent Naaman my servant to thee, that thou may recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes, and said, am I God to kill and to make alive? That this man doth send unto me to recover a man of his leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, see how he seek a quarrel against me. And it was so, when Elisha the man of God had heard the king of Israel had rented his clothes, he said to the king, saying, wherefore hast thou rent thy clothes? Let him come on now to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariot, and stood at the door of the house of Elisha. Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, go wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. But Naaman was wroth, and went away, and said, behold, I thought surely he would come out to me, and stand and call on the name of Yah his God, and strike his hand over the place, and recover the leper. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question. Yeah, he wanted to show. That's how some of you niggas is. You won't believe God unless he did something great. If he did something simple, y'all just expect something great. But I'm also ask you something about this man dipping in some water. He told him to dip in some water and be clean. Where that line up with the word though? That line up with the Messiah. Anybody know how? We're looking at somebody who was seeking to be healed. He had leprosy. There you go. There you go. When he told that man, he said, they come by to trouble the water. He said, I don't have anybody to put me in the water when the angel comes. Ain't that what he said? I can't remember what that said in John. It escapes my mind at this time. It escapes my mind at this time. If anybody remember where it's at, there we go. No, that's not it. That's not it. We'll get it, come back to it. Come on, 2 Kings, because that's what happened, right? When that man said, I don't have no man to put me in the water, it'd be a rush come. When he said at a certain time an angel would come down and trouble the water, and whoever would get in the water, they would be healed of whatever ailment that they had. And this man say there was a time, he say every time I go to get in there, I can't get in. You know niggas come. Niggas know every time they pushing niggas out the way. Nigga, get out the way. You know what I'm talking about? Straight up. I don't care nothing about you being crippled. I got to get mine. That's black folk for you. That's how you know. That's black folk for you. That's how they operate. I'm telling you. Y'all know what's going on. John chapter 5. That's what I want. 5 and 1. John 5 and 1. We come back to 2 Kings. This is not feeling it right now. She been sleeping though. She was fighting it. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Yahshua went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And in these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind and halt and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For angels went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. And when Yahshua saw him lie, he knew that he had been now a long time in that case. He saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? And the impotent man answered him, saying, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me in the pool. But while I am coming, another stepped down before me. Yahshua said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and he took up his bed and walked, and the same day was the Sabbath. Then it makes sense that he would give a man peace on the day of peace. There had to be a reason why they mentioned their pool of water, because he said in pool of water a man would be healed of whatever infirmity he had. And you got Elisha, the man of God, telling that man to get in this water to be healed of the infirmity that he had. We're going to come back to that John 5 about this unjust way to unjust balance though. Come on back over here. John chapter 2 Kings chapter 5. Get ready, get on out of here. Just a little after 9 because we didn't start late. We roll a little faster than we do on Sabbath. Verse 9. So Naaman came with his horses with his chariot and stood at the doors of the house of Elisha. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go wash in Jordan 7 times. Thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. But Naaman was wroth and went away and said, Behold, I thought he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of Yahweh God and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper. Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. And his servants came near and spake unto him and said, My father, if the prophet had bid thee to do some great thing, would thou have not have done it? How much rather then when he saith to thee, Wash and be clean? How much is it so hard that Yahshua ain't asking y'all to do nothing great, but he ain't doing nothing but ask you to wash and be clean? You remember he said by the washing of water of the word that he might present it to himself a glorious synagogue without spot, wrinkle, or blemish. Is Yahshua asking us to do anything great? He just asking you to wash and be clean and you'll be healed of your disease. But some of y'all don't want to do that. You want him to do something great, like he just going to come down from heaven and say, My son, you won't lie still no more. I touch your head and I take away the taste of alcohol out your mouth. I touch you, you won't cuss no more. I'm going to touch you and you won't love. No, nigga, wash and be clean. Wash your heart with the word. He told you in John chapter 15, verse 3, he said, You're clean from the word that I've spoken unto you. How can a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed according to thy word. That's what the law says. And we sit back and look at that as a people. That's what we look for y'all to do for us, don't. You wanted to do something real great. If he would have told you to do something real great, you would have went and did it. All he told you was, wash and be clean. He said, wash you. Be clean in Isaiah chapter 1. Cease from doing evil before my eyes. Learn to do well. Learn to do good. How else you going to learn to do good and well but by the word? But y'all want him to do something great. All he asked you to do was wash. Why you think he said unless you be born again, born of water and spirit, you cannot get in? Why do you think the book always referencing when Paul told us in 2 Corinthians 7:1 that we must wash ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and the spirit? Wash and be clean. But guess what? If you don't want to wash and cleanse yourself with this word, I guarantee you don't want to wash and cleanse your stinking behind. Always walking around here smelling like butt. Nigga walk past and be like, you farted? No, I ain't fart. Oh, that's just your B.O. then. Clothes stink, drawers stink, body stink, breath stink. And y'all already know what I'm finna say. And the worst thing a stank nigga can do is put cologne and perfume on top of it. It don't do nothing but magnify it. And that's what a lot of sinners try to do with this word. They filthy, they nasty, they stink, they dirty, and they try to put the word on top of that, and all the word do is magnify your filthiness, not on it. It magnified. It magnified. Verse 14. Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God. And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of God, he and all the company, and came and stood before him and said, Behold, I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. Now therefore, I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. But he said, As Yah live, before whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. Because freely you have received, freely give. Why do you think he told? He told him to cleanse the lepers, right? You got a prophet, a man of God, cleansing a leper. He tried to give him son. And what did the man of God do? I'm straight. I refuse. That's why he said that. See, y'all need to know why he said that. Because a dumb nigga who will come and see, that's why you ain't got to pay no tithe, bro. Because he said freely give. Freely you receive, freely give. He wasn't talking about the word. Why would I charge somebody some money for raising somebody from the dead? For healing the sick? For cleansing a leper? For casting out devils? When we go in this book and we see men of God before Yahshua came, did all of this, they didn't take no reward for it. That's why he said it. Elisha rose men from the dead. Elijah rose people from the dead. Huh? David cast out an unclean spirit. You just seen Elisha cleanse a leper. Yeah, we sit back and we look at King Hezekiah was healed. He was sick. He sent Isaiah to go heal him. Oh, man. What did Isaiah take? But I want to show y'all Luke chapter 4. Didn't he send Isaiah to go heal him, tell Hezekiah what to do? When he healed him. What reward did he take? None. So when we see Yahshua say freely you give, that's a just weight and a just balance. But we're going to look and show you somebody. His servant didn't have a just weight though. See, his servant was like you niggas. I'll take son. Luke chapter 4 and verse 23. And he said unto them, you will surely say unto me this proverb, Physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country. And he said, Truly I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elijah, when heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elijah sent, save unto Sarepta, a city of Sidon, unto a woman that was a widow. And many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elisha, the prophet, and none of them was cleansed, saving Naaman the Syrian. And they were all in the synagogue, and when they heard these things, were filled with wrath. And he rose up and thrust them out of the city, and led him unto the brow of the hill whereon their city was built, that they might cast him down headlong. They were mad, because I move you to jealousy with the people which is not a people. They wanted to kill the man for that. They wanted to kill him for that. That showed you that the Gentile always were going to get in. He really showed you that with Abraham. Come on back around here to 2 Kings chapter 5. Verse 20 of 2 Kings chapter 5. He said, But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, Behold, my master has spared Naaman the Syrian, and not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But as Yah live, I will run after him, and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him, and he said, All is well. And he said, All is well. My master has sent me. Lied. saying, Behold, even now there come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. And lied again. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. He said, I'll double up. And he urged him, and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags, and with 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare him before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. But he went in and stood before his master, and Elisha said unto him, Whence come thou, Gehazi? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. Same thing he told Judas, then where you come from? And what the Lord said to Judas, where you coming from, man? And he said unto him, Went not my heart with thee, when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Listen what he told him. It's a time to receive money, and to receive garments, and olive yards, and vineyards, and sheep, and oxen, and men servants, and maid servants. The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence as a leper, as white as snow. Oh my. See, it's a time to get these things. See, Gehazi didn't look at that. So Gehazi had a false weight and a false balance, didn't it? Cost him. Because you know why? His greed got hold to him. See, some of y'all, what gonna get y'all? See, y'all greed gonna go after you. See, you want money and you want all that stuff, and you gonna try to do all this here, and see your balance be out of whack. How you get God? What time of year it is? You know, tax time, these niggas get loot. These niggas go get fat girls. Some of the most ugly women they can find. Because I ain't really think about it, because I never really wanted to mess with women who had kids. For no other reason that I ain't want to mess with women who had kids, because I ain't want to mess around and then you get close to them children and it don't work out with their mama, and then them children have another man abandon them. Because 9 times out of 10, they daddy done dipped on them. You know what I'm talking about? So you don't want to do them like that. So I never had it in my mind, oh, let me get with this whole finna get a tight check. Baby, let me get this check and flip it. Like that stuff never came to my mind. You know what I'm talking about? But for these little bit of money that some of these women gonna get, these niggas is gonna go full-fledged crazy. And I'm talking about this time of year, man, niggas be willing to blow booty. You know what I'm talking about? Do all type of stuff. Yeah, they had that in mind. Man, look here, man. If you know you've been promoting something for a long period of time, right? You know you've been promoting it for a long time. You know a lot of people were gonna tune in. You know a lot of people, right? You know a lot of people were gonna tune in, and you know that each one of them people that tuned in, you were gonna get paid. You were gonna get paid. So when you know you were gonna get paid, man, I'm tell you something, man. That's why he sat back and said that these people make merchandise for you. And some of y'all simple enough to go right along with it. And you know what that means? You consent into the sin. Man, I ain't sit down and watch none of that stuff. I ain't want to know nothing about it. Dudes just be hitting me up with it because they be wanting to hear my piece on it. Come on around here to 1 Chronicles 21, about 14. You know, a lot of them brothers, man, any of y'all see, a lot of y'all don't know I be there. Them dudes don't be really, them dudes know I don't be getting down with none of that stuff, all that debating and all that other stuff. They just be wanting to hear what I got to say. You know what I'm talking about? They know if he say something, he gonna say something hard. That's all it is. They just want to hear what I got to say. So live. Straight off the cuff. Ain't gonna cut no corner with it. Now when we're looking at 1 Chronicles 21, we see that David done numbered the people, and y'all was upset with it, and he sent an angel through to murk the people. So verse 14, so y'all saw petulance among Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, Yah beheld, and he repented him of the evil, and said to the angel that departed, Is it enough? Stay now thy hand. And the angel of Yah stood by the threshing floor of Arnon the Jebusite. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of Yah stand between. I'm sorry, I lost my place. Stand between the earth and heaven, having a sword drawn in his hand stretched out over Jerusalem. Then David and the elders of Israel were clothed in sackcloth and fell upon their faces. And David said unto God, Is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even I, it is I that have sinned and done evil indeed. But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, O Yah my God, be on me and on my father's house, but not on the people, that they should be plagued. See, David had the same mind Yahshua had. Lord, don't put that sword on the people. Put that on me. I'll take it. Remember, pestilence is a disease. Remember how we looked at it here with a sore sickness? Oh, man. Then the angel of Yah commanded Gad to say to David that thou should go up and set up an altar unto Yah in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David went up at the saying of God, which he spake in the name of Yah, and Ornan turned back and saw the angel, and his 4 sons with him hid themselves. Now Ornan was threshing wheat. And as David came to Ornan, Ornan looked and saw David and went out to the threshing floor and bowed himself to David with his face to the ground. Then David said to Ornan, Grant me the place of this threshing floor, that I may build an altar therein unto Yah. Thou shalt grant it to me for the full price, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Ornan said unto David, Take it to thee, and let my lord the king do that which is good in his eyes. Lo, I've given thee oxen also for burnt offerings. Hold on, that's why I got the page flipped. That's why I'm tripping. And the threshing instruments for wood and the wheat for the meat offering, I give it all. And King David said to Ornan, Nay, but I will truly buy it for full price, for I will not take that which is thine for Yah, nor burnt offering without cost. So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 shekels of gold by weight. See, David had a just weight and a just measure. David just sat back and heard the man say, I'll give it to you for the free. And you know what most of you niggas would have did? Jump right on it. Bet. David say, no. I can't do that. He said, I can't take nothing from y'all for burnt offering and sacrifice and don't give you the full value of it. See, some of you niggas will let me get it if I have that. See, but he had a just weight and a just measure. He didn't have no divers to look at, you know, I could get a come up out of this. See, that's how most of y'all look at stuff. Y'all don't look at stuff. Is this just? Is this right? Is this equal? You know what I'm talking about? You look at, how can I come out on top? And you know what we call niggas like that? You's a old 3/4 slick nigga. You a nigga always trying to work a situation where you come out on top. A lot of y'all measurements is off because you do a lot of foul stuff you know you ain't got no business doing. But you want to try to appear right. Y'all done seen them little scales. You know what I'm talking about? If it's too much weight on one end go up like this here, the other down like this here. When you really want it to be like this here. Balanced. Even. Equal. That's how a lot of y'all live. The righteous part down here at the bottom and the sin part is hanging all the way up at the top. Because that's where all your weight at. All the weight on the sin side, you ain't got no weight on the righteous side, so it don't balance out. And see, in order for it to balance out, see, you need to get all that sin out your house. That's why I say don't have no diverse weights in your house. Don't have all that multiple sin and all that lust and all that. Get that stuff out of there. 2 Corinthians 10:4. We look at John chapter 7. I ain't even get on Zechariah 5 all the way live what I wanted to. But we got to say that for another day. Because that's a whole nother topic. I ran it down like that to the brother because he asked me that specifically. But that ain't what the Lord wanted y'all to hear tonight. Because a lot of y'all balance is off. Y'all ain't got no problem talking and hanging with sinners. You ain't got no problem being influenced by sinners. Some of y'all ain't got no problem lying. Some of y'all ain't got no problem scheming. Some of y'all ain't got no problem lusting. Some of y'all ain't got no problem going directly against what the man of God tell you not to do. Some of y'all don't follow directions. Some of y'all just retarded. And you sitting here talking about, I got to just wait. No, instead of, you just a dummy. You just a dummy. Remember he said be hearers of the word. Don't be hearers of the word, be a doer. Because if you're a hearer and not a doer, you're lying to yourself. Woo! 2 Corinthians 10:4. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Messiah. So if you want to get that just weight, that means your mind need to be brought to obeying the word. That means when stuff is coming up, to try to take your balance in the wrong way, you're going to cast it down so it can get back. You see, y'all sit back and look at stuff. If the stuff you doing equal and just, I know some of you niggas will want to call me and ask me to do the most dumbest stuff you know you ain't got no business doing. Some of you don't call because you figure, I ain't going to call him and ask him that. He probably going to snap. And you know what? You just might be right. That don't mean I will, but you could be right. Because sometimes I look at, nigga, why you even ask me that? Because you already know you couldn't do that. Some of y'all have enough sense, you be like, you know what? I ain't going to ask him that because he probably going to tell me no. And if that thought in your brain, you already know you ain't got no business doing it. I can see if you really don't know. But some stuff, that go right back to what we looked at last week about not having your senses exercised to know good and evil. That means you still a baby. You ain't as grown and mature in that word as you thought you were. If you got to ask me, is something wrong, when you should have already known this was wrong on your own. You know what I'm talking about? Like Leah and Lizzie. There's certain stuff they know is wrong. They wouldn't even come to ask. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even give you that look like, I don't know. And there's some stuff they don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Leah real sharp. Leah know when she wrong. It's very rare you see Leah with a puzzled look like, I didn't know what to do in this situation. It's very rare. Because she know what's going on. You know, every time I walk in that bathroom to wash my hands, you know what it look right behind me. She don't even need her hands washed. She just want to do it. And she stick her hands out like, tighten up, I need to wash these. Every time. He said, you just wash your hands. She like said, tighten up, I need to wash. She know what's going on. I know that it's right for me to wash my hands. Even when we were praying, what did she do? She got down and prayed it. I know what to do. I know what's right. So when we catch back and you sit back and you see a situation where she know, man, that little girl know right from wrong. Y'all do too. That's why we started off with God ain't mocked. See, you think with your unjust weight and unjust balance, you think you fooling him? Oh, you not mocked. He not mocked. You going to hell. You better get that stuff in line. You better get it equal. John 17:16. That's what we got to look at. We look at examples of men who got it equal. This stuff for the saving our soul. This ain't stuff to make, guess what? If you got cut, the man say, I wound and I heal. That's what y'all forget. Then we just read what the king said. Then we just read the king said, he said, my God, to kill and make alive. This man can kill you with the word and resuscitate you back to life if you hear it, believe it, and obey it. That man can take you with that same sword and cut you straight to your heart where you leaking blood everywhere, and then take that same word and mollify that wound. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he said. I wound and I heal. That's what he said in the law in Deuteronomy 32. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. See, a lot of dudes be like, man, you be saying this stuff, you telling people they going to hell, you doing this here. Before you can get healed, you got to get wounded. Before you can get healed, you got to get wounded. You just don't get healed first. You know what I'm talking about? Where am I healing you from? I got to wound you first. Guess what? You know why it's got to be that way? Because the Son was wounded for our transgressions, and then by his stripes, we are healed. So for you to get healed, I got to wound you. Because I wounded my Son for his sins. So don't it make sense I got to bring the word when he says sharper than a two-edged sword, dividing asunder to the joints and marrow? So that means I got to wound you so I can heal you like I did for my... It's all the same word. It's not that hard to understand. John 7:16. Yahshua answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God, or whether I speak of myself. He that speak of himself seek his own glory, but he that seeketh glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Did not Moses give you the law? And yet none of you keep the law. Why go ye about to kill me? The people answered and said, thou hast a devil. Who go about to kill thee? Yahshua answered and said unto them, I've done one work, and ye all marvel. Moses therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. If a man on the Sabbath day receives circumcision that the law of Moses should not be broken, are you angry at me because I've made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day? Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Have a just weight and a just measure. He sat back and told these men, you bothering me for healing the man on the Sabbath. But when that 8th day come up, and that fall on the Sabbath to circumcise that young baby boy, you gonna do that. See, you all looking at it, he's not just. He's not just. But he sit back and told them, see, y'all were looking on appearance. See, y'all balance is off. Mine was equal the whole time. Because you judged off appearance. He said, judge righteous judgment. Same way when we go back and look at Saul. He's taller than everybody else. See, the people looked at him and they judged based off appearance. But when we look at righteous judgment, Saul did what he wanted to do. And then they had nerve to come to y'all and say, I did everything you commanded me. That's how some of you niggas is. This man told you exactly what to do. You went and did what you wanted to do. And then come before God and say, Lord, I did everything you said. And he's like, you really? Well, what is these sheep that I hear back here? That's what he said after he said, Lord, I did everything you told me to do. He said, really? Why do I hear the sound of sheep? See, I was scared of the people. And what they were going to say. That's how some of y'all is with your family and your friends and your co-workers. You scared of them, what they going to say. And all y'all going to hear is that sheep beeping in the back. And all you going to stand there and say, I did everything you told me, because you got an unjust weight and an unjust balance. You got too much stuff coming in. You trying to be of the world and y'all at the same time. Romans 12:1. You can't be. You're going to have to make a selection. Thank the Lord. Ain't the Lord God? I'm finna get ready to let y'all go. Y'all all right? I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord for the word. Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, kodesh, and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Praise ye y'all for y'all sure. Y'all understood all this stuff this evening?